Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. It is September 10th and it is a Tuesday. It is not a Monday, but it is still time for What Sold on eBay. We're going to do things a little bit differently this week. As many of you know already, last week I was under the weather. I was sick most of the week and I did not get around to doing a What Sold on eBay video last week. And this week I'm clearly a day late. I'm about 2 weeks behind on everything. I've been focusing a lot on listing and getting our sales back up. Our sales tanked pretty drastically when I was down and out. As you guys all know, if you aren't active, if you aren't listing, both on Poshmark and eBay, your sales will suffer. So I'm focusing on getting those back up. And your What Sold video is coming out a day late this week. And we'll be looking at 2 weeks worth since I didn't do one last week. So we're going to skip the Instagram photos of the packages, most of which didn't even get put up last week. And we're just going to jump right on in to the highlight reel, the bolos, the bread and butters, all of the really good flips that I want to share with you guys for the last 2 weeks. So we're taking a look at August 26th through September 8th. That's the last week of August and the first full week of September. We're going to go ahead and start with the plush as always because they're my favorite. So let's just jump right on in and get to it. I got a lot to show you guys. You're looking at Benjamin Franklin. This is a plush Benjamin Franklin bear in the box. He came from a yard sale. I believe he was $1. You can see he had damage to his box. He sold for $23, and he did ship priority in a box. He cost about $7 and some change to ship, a little bit less than a padded flat. I probably should have had him in a calculated shipping 1 to 2 pounds. I was thinking he was going to fit in a different box when I listed him, and that he would come in right under 16 ounces. Unfortunately, he didn't, so we had to upgrade him to priority mail, and then we used a free box. But he still went for $7. They paid $23. He cost us $1. This grumpy cat is older than old. I want to say that this grumpy cat came from the bins, which means it's been around for quite some time. Would have paid around 10 cents by weight, maybe a little bit less. Took a best offer of $8 on her, and she shipped first class in a padded flat with one wrap, a bubble wrap around her head to hold her hang tag in close. And you can see the hang tag had writing on it, which was disclosed. This possum came from a yard sale recently, just before I left for eBay Open. I purchased him for $1. Like I tell you guys all the time, the Gans Webkins are hit or miss. They're a gamble. Some of them, even without a code, you get them home and comp them, and they're worth more than some with a sealed code. It just really depends on the animal. I usually take a risk if they're $1 or less, especially on the more unusual animals like this, like a possum. Unfortunately, he was not one of the big time hits. He didn't have a code or anything. I listed him at $12, and I did take a best offer on him of $10, and he shipped first class in a poly bag. This Squishmallows Fifi the Fox was 50 cents at the Goodwill. Squishmallows. I could not resist this cute little fox for 50 cents. It was one of the softest plush I've ever touched and really squishy. And she sold for $12.19 and was sent first class in a poly bag. Here we have Funshine Bear Care Bear, 50 cents at the Goodwill. Was missing the top of the hair. They usually have like a little tuft of hair up here, and she had a little bit of damage on her heart. I did list this one at $14.06, and that is what it sold for. Shipped first class in a poly bag. This Build-A-Bear came from a yard sale, I believe it was the yard sale where I got 40 different plushes for $10. Had writing on the tag. There were many of these little Build-A-Bears. They're not like the ones you make in the actual factory. They're just tiny ones. This one was listed for $12. They went back and forth with me on best offers for a little while. They wanted just the shirt for $5. I told them I wasn't willing to split the shirt and the bear up, so we came to an agreement at $10, and she shipped first class in a poly bag. This elephant is Specs, 50 cents at Goodwill. I listed this one pretty high at $12 and accepted a best offer of $8, which is more where it should be, but I like to list high and hope. But I did take a best offer of $8, and this elephant also went first class with a little piece of bubble wrap just to hold the hang tag close to the body so it wouldn't get damaged in shipping. This dory was, I believe, a yard sale find for like a quarter. It had a missing fin, writing on the tag, had a lot of damage. That's fine. It still sold for $9 and shipped first class. This Despicable Me minion, I almost said munion. Despicable Me mummy minion, there you go. 50 cents at the Goodwill. And it sold for a best offer of $7, shipped first class. Nala was 50 cents at the Goodwill. And she sold for $9, accepted a best offer. She shipped first class. Here's another Gans Webkins I took a gamble on. This one was a Ben's find, I believe, so it was about 10 cents. And I did take a best offer of 10, shipped first class. Here you see a Flamingo backpack, Unipack. This came from the Goodwill. If I remember correctly, it may have been 99 cents. It may have been 50 cents, but I want to say it was more along the lines of 99 cents. Really cute pink flamingo backpack. And I did take a best offer of 14 on that, and it shipped first class. This Winnie the Pooh Rat came from a yard sale. I believe it was 50 cents. It was a Disney store special Chinese Zodiac rat with Winnie the Pooh in the costume. And it did sell for $11.50 on a best offer. Shipped first class with a little piece of bubble wrap holding the hang tag against the body. Here we have a really nice Disney store Simba. This one was 50 cents at the Goodwill. He sold for $18 and he shipped first class. This Disney Dior came from a yard sale last year, the one where I bought out the guy's entire plush collection, and it averaged out to 77 cents for the Dior. I did not ever buy batteries to test him. I just disclosed that in the listing. It takes special batteries. So right here it says lantern has not been tested as we don't have the battery. We do not know if it works. Even with the uncertainty of whether it worked or not, Dior sold for $19.69, plus they paid the shipping on him. So he went in a priority box, one of the free ones you can get from the post office, and shipped that way. This is a wee tiny little Dior I got for 50 cents at the Goodwill. Walt Disney World. He's very small. You can see he's about 6 inches. He sold for $12 on a best offer and shipped first class. This was a pull-apart talking Olaf. Came from a church sale last year. About 50 cents. And he did still work. He talked. And he pulls apart. He's kind of cool. You can pull him apart and rebuild a snowman, just like in the movie. And he sold for $14. And he shipped first class. Here's a Lovey I found for $1 at a yard sale. A little sock monkey Lovey. Isn't it just the cutest thing ever? Sold for $26 and shipped first class. I just wanted to show you guys one example of booty shorts that are still selling this late in the season. We're almost into the fall, and booty shorts are still flipping. 99 cents at the Goodwill. They sold for 15 and shipped first class. These H&M jeans came from the Goodwill. 99 cents. Not a brand I would typically source, but because they were coated jeans, and by coated, if you've ever seen the jeans that are kind of crispy feeling, almost crunchy, they're considered coated. That's what they're called. And this one had like an iridescent mother of pearl collar going on. So I did pick them up because they were only 99 cents and they were so very unique. And you can see I said up here in the title, coated as a keyword. And these were listed for $22. I did accept the best offer of $18 on them. They shipped first class. These Guess jeans have been around for a while. I picked them up for 99 cents because they were kind of unique. They had the raw hem. They don't have any belt loops or anything, and it's kind of cut off up here. So I did pay 99 cents for them because they were unique, and I put the raw waist in the title here as a key word. They did sell for $17.77, and they shipped in a padded flat. These Gap jeans were 99 cents at the Goodwill. I absolutely picked these up because they were vintage flare and had a very nice look to them. If you look at them all spread out, they're definitely like the old school bell-bottom flares. So I picked them up for 99 cents. I listed them and they sold overnight for $26, full price. I did put in the title here, you can see I put vintage flare, bell bottom, boho. So a bunch of different really nice keywords. The jeans look great. They sold overnight for full price and shipped in a padded flat. These Adriana Goldsmith jeans came out of one of my thread up boxes. These are the Prima mid-rise cigarette jeans. Most of the thread up jeans average out to $1.60 cents or $1.70 per pair, depending on whether I had a free shipping coupon or not. This particular pair had a lot of stretching out here. You can see where the denim or the spandex and the denim got stretched out. I did disclose that. The front of the jeans show wear and aging, or not aging. The front of the jeans show wear and stretching. So I did disclose that in the listing, and they did sell for full price of $27.61, shipped in a padded flat. Here are these Free People pants that have been around for ages. I picked them up from our local Honey Pot thrift, and longtime viewers remember that that closed down over a year ago. So you can imagine how old these are. I really thought they had a lot going for them when I got them. First of all, they were Free People. Second of all, they were corduroy. Third, they had a unique print. Maybe it was the size or the colors, I don't know, but they sat for over a year, and I ended up taking a best offer of $20 on them, and they did ship first class. These Talbot's pants, along the same vein, came from the old Honey Pot thrift. Classic slim, 99 cents. Picked them up because they were new with tags. They did sit for a very long time, and I did end up taking a best offer on these of $20, and they shipped first class. This is a Massimo brand jean jacket. You guys know that that is a Target brand. It's not necessarily a bolo for you guys unless you can find it at the Ben's or super cheap for like $1 or less. This particular one was free to us. It came from Key's sister. It was part of a consignment deal we did with her. And it's kind of unique. It has sweatshirt sleeves and a sweatshirt hoodie. So I did list it at $28 because it was unique, and I took a best offer of $25. Shipped in a padded flat. An Armani Exchange men's button front shirt here that Keith picked up for 99 cents. It was new with tags. And it sold for a best offer of $27 and shipped first class. Here's one of the Tommy Bahamas we've recently sold. They came out of the wholesale box we bought from another eBayer going out of business. Everything in that box averaged out to $2.16 some cents, $2 and some change. This particular one sold for $17, shipped first class. Here's another Tommy Bahama out of the same box, so it has the same cost of goods, around $2 and some change. This one's a bigger size, and it has graphics that are a little bit cool. The other one was a large and it was plain. This one was, it is also a large. It was not larger, just had a cooler print. This one sold for $24 and shipped first class. Here we have a sweater that is super ugly. Keith picked it up for 99 cents because it was Shetland wool. We had never heard of the brand, but Shetland wool is definitely a bolo, and it's ugly, and it was only 99 cents. And we did accept the best offer of 19 on this one, and it shipped in a padded flat. We got a couple of books for free at yard sales. They had some books in a box that we were looking through, and the people said you could just take the whole box for free along with whatever else you buy today. So this book was free to us, sold for $10, shipped media mail. And this one was also free to us. So it sold for $9 and shipped media mail. You can see it had somebody's name written on it. So I don't know that these are necessarily bolos, you guys, but if you can ever, for pennies, for super cheap, or for free, get any kind of pharmacology, nursing books, or books like this one, the Encyclopedic Medical Dictionaries, go ahead and pick them up, but only if you're getting them like free or next to free. This one also shipped media mail. This is a Moby Dick book we picked up while we were at a church sale. That was the day we spent $60 total on like 80 items. I think I averaged out, it was like 75 cents an item. Moby Dick sold for $15.94 and shipped media mail. This I got at a yard sale at the beginning of the season for $1. And it sat all summer. And surprise, surprise, it sold as we get closer to Halloween. Sold for $16.88, and it shipped first class in a larger sized poly bag. You guys may remember this ink we picked up recently from a church sale. It was the same day that we spent the $60 on all of the items. We had a lot of, we hit 2 church sales where it was cram a bag, cram a box, and pay a price. I just counted everything out we got that day and averaged out the price to like 75 cents. These sold for $18 and they shipped first class in a box, a smaller box. That same day we picked up 2 of these nativity pieces here. I did tell you guys that the pieces that go to nativity scenes and or the Christmas villages, those are definitely bolos. The Fontanini brand here is a definite bolo. It is a better brand. It's made in Italy. It's sought after. People really like these. They can go for a little bit more money. But I would say if you're at a church sale, a yard sale, an estate sale, or even at a thrift store, and you see any nativity pieces or Christmas village pieces for like $1 or less, pick them up. Some go for a lot more money, like these Fontaninis. They go for a lot more money than, say, your Target brands, but they still go pretty fast and for good money. So the sheep, we accepted a best offer of $17 on. The donkey, we accepted a best offer of $20 on, and they both shipped first class in smaller boxes. This came from the Goodwill, $5. Walt Disney World, 4-piece set of shot glasses of Mickey Mouse in different years, different costumes. I listed this for $31. It was meant to have shipping on it. I made a mistake and I didn't have shipping on it. It did sell for $28. When I got the best offer of $28, I realized, oh no, I had free shipping on it. It should have had calculated shipping on it priority 1 to 2 pounds, and I made the mistake when I listed it. Whoops. I caught the mistake when the offer was sent, so I could have declined their $28 offer and relisted it with shipping, but it was going so very, very close to us. Shipping was like $6 or something. Wasn't very much. So I went ahead and accepted their best offer of $28, and it shipped priority mail. And I think it went to like Ohio. It went somewhere really close. Now, had someone in California offered that $28, and it would have been so much more to ship, I honestly would have declined their offer, taken the listing down, and fixed it. But just make sure you're double checking yourselves, guys. This is the second item I'm showing you from sales in the last 2 weeks that didn't have shipping on it and should have. So just make sure you're always double checking that. Especially if you normally do free shipping and it's something you're used to doing, double check that you're charging when you should be. Alright, we're going to look at some shoes now, guys. These Mary Jane Skechers were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They're in pretty good condition, which is why I picked them up. And I accepted a best offer of $22 on these. These I wrapped each shoe individually in a piece of bubble wrap, then in tissue paper, and then put them in a poly bag, and they shipped first class. These Guess boots were 99 cents at the Goodwill. They had a lot of damage going on, but they were still nice looking boots. They still looked pretty good in spite of the scratching. I figured for what they were for 99 cents, it was a good pickup. Anyway, I disclosed all the scratches and the photos and the description. And I accepted a best offer on these of $20, and they paid the shipping, and it went that way. I think they paid for economy, but it was actually cheaper to do regular priority, and that's how I sent it to them. These were free to us. Keith's grandmother bought him the wrong pair of shoes and told us to go ahead and keep them and sell them if we could. So we did. They're really nice looking, brand new, never worn, in the box. Like literally his grandmother gave them to him. We tried to give them back to her because they were the wrong ones. And she said to just sell them, so we did. And they sold for a best offer of $60, plus they paid the shipping. So Skechers are definitely below, you guys. Even these used little Mary Janes went for $20. And last but not least, we sold a tie. You guys remember at the beginning of the year, we went to a churchyard sale and came out with a ton of ties. It came out to like 50 cents a tie, maybe even a little bit less. There were Donald Trump and Jay Garcia mainly, and some other ones thrown in. And we're still selling the Jay Garcias. They trickle out slowly over time. This one was silk. We accepted a best offer on this one of $12.50, and it shipped first class. Let me know down in the comments how your sales have been the last 2 weeks. I have been hearing from a lot of people that things continue to be slow, but then I've heard from some other people that things are starting to pick up. We have about 3 weeks left until Q4, you guys. So things should definitely be on an upslope at this point and turn around for us come October. Things should start to sell more. We can definitely pinpoint why our sales are tanked right now, just because I haven't been as active as I should be, and I'm trying to get back in the groove. It's always really, really hard after you've been ill for a very extended amount of time to even start feeling like a normal person again and get back in those normal routines. And in addition to that, I'm trying to make up for lost time. And like I said, there's 3 weeks till Q4, so everybody's grinding away for that. Everybody's preparing for that and listing extra. But yeah, let me know how your sales have been. If you're still slow, if they are starting to go, tick upwards a little bit as we get into Q4. And if you had any exciting flips or anything great that you found while you were out looking, let me know. I love to hear from you guys. That's what the comment section is for. Hit the like button before you leave if you would. It seems like such an easy thing to do, to click a thumbs up, but it really helps the channel, guys. If you haven't already, you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos on all social media. Don't forget to join our Facebook group. Link to join is in the description box. Until next time, guys, have a very good afternoon. Go be productive. Go make some money. And thank you for watching. Bye.